So, are you ready for VAR in Africa?
Yeah.
We talked about it last week, whereby South Africa were looking into it. Now, Guinea Football Federation has begun an important step towards modernizing football officiating in the country by launching practical training for referees on the use of video-assisted referee (VAR). The training will take place in at the Guinea National Technical Center and forms part of the Federation's broader plan to introduce VAR in Guinea's domestic league competition. Hesbon, is Africa ready for VAR? You remember last week, I don't know if you saw this story whereby it was a game happening over the weekend, and I believe it was in Britain. It was in England, not in England, somewhere else, whereby there was a spectator who wore balaclava.
It was in Germany.
It was in Germany. Yes, it was in the
Bundesliga too.
Yeah, he wore a balaclava and approached at the VAR section, the TV where it is,
and unplugged this. The
If that is happening in the Division 2 of Germany, here I think there will be a stone thrown.
Tulikuwa tunaongea Nicolette akasema huku
I'm sure it should be an enclosure.
Atakama Kenya Power themselves can decide to. No need to unplug.
There's no way. It's
Nicolette that said that.
You said that
no, it was him who said it.
Sorry?
It was him who said it. I said
yes.
The only reason why it was easier in Bundesliga Division 2 is because the closeness to a fan to that circuit is close. But kumbuka sisi stadium zetu ziko na track. By the time unatoka
ama umetupiwa tear gas.
Yeah, kasema don't worry, KPLC can do it even before.
Nah, I think Africa we are ready. I think it's high time that
Africa might be ready. But we're talking about Kenya.
Kenya we are ready.
But South Africa and
if we
now
saw it at Chan, then we can definitely use it in our leagues. Definitely. Do you know why?
But the investment that goes into it, Joe. Because you need how many referees will you need? Right now
I can't wait for the time where fans and a player is demanding for VR review alafu watu waseme kwa sababu ya pesa hatukulipia internet.
It's come on. If you want to
make it's a possibility. It's a possibility.
Of the Football Kenya Federation said he wants to make the FKF league the best league in Africa.
And
then so far, this is the movement.
And so far,
how is it?
So far.
I don't even have to say much because if his statement around match fixing,
that's exactly where the issue is. If anasema hatuna pesa ya match fixing ya solve the issue of match fixing in our league.
But do you know VAR will solve part of the match fixing, even to a greater extent.
It needs to work. Watasema wana pesa za extension ya kuvuta stima.
Anaisema ka jokes, but it's a very serious matter because in the media tribune at Nyayo Stadium, in the media tribune at Kasarani hakuna stima, hakuna journalists need to charge their laptops and write stories. Hakuna nini extension. Anajua naisema lakini
you see now for a broadcaster that is broadcasting these games in conjunction with the FKF. Where the broadcasting is, ama you can put it centrally in Nairobi, all games kicking off, there's a VAR office in Nairobi checking out all the games. It's as simple as that. You should not travel.
I like the way Joe is very hopeful.
Be very expensive? We have to invest. We have to move that way.
I like.
We can't say we're the best in Africa.
Your objectivity.
What's your father? Unataka tukue the best in Africa and yet unaogopa kuweka VAR. If Guinea are going for it,
sikuogopa Johnny yo.
Kenya we can do it.
Skia, Guinea are being trained and they listen and sijui nini. And Kenya, we pride ourselves as the capital city of Africa in Kenya. And in terms of tech tuko up there, by the way, but trust me. You can even take this to the bank. We'll find a reason for that VR not to work.
0733222105 is our WhatsApp number, and also you can call us through 0748999111. Just like in South Africa and in Guinea, would you welcome VAR to Kenya? I think it should, and I think it will work.
Could I say to talk up on a screen?
Okay, sawa.
Alafu wajaji wanasema sisi ni wajuaji.
No.
Amesema tuko na kierere.
Tuko na kierere kidogo. Kwanza when it comes to technology.
No, we think we are the best.
Tukajo saina kuna specs na unue hivi katikati.
Anasema when I used to work at
we drop. But then, I don't know why we normally drop experience. Na tujaulizwa about.
Hujaulizwa hata tutaki kujua. Wewe tufanyie kazi hapa. But when I used to work at
on ChatGPT. When I used to work in the Ministry of ICT, William Kabongo. Asked you. Mekuuliza tu prompted ChatGPT utaekaje?
But it will be a very difficult thing kusema when we implement the VR in Kenya.
No, VR can help in terms of especially curbing match fixing. The problem is making sure it works. I agree with Joe in terms of it'll help curb because some things will be, but the problem will be when a player holds a ref accountable or the fans demand for a VR check, utaambiwa the screen is blank because hakuna extension.
We started with the cup games then. Tuanza na FKF Cup tuone. Let's put it in friendlies tuione. If it has worked in Chan and yet we had other African states here.
But unajua Chan is overseen by CAF.
CAF no let all the equipments and everything.
So you want to say we cannot manage it ourselves?
Uko na areas Joe, uko na areas za current.
Huyo sura Hezbollah amefanya.
Uko na areas za current referees.
Ile brigadier kusema sisi tunakuanga na hiyo timu kama.
She knows what she's saying. Anajua ni mbaya Joe.
No, if we can streamline some federations, like for example when we had John Oroncha here and you're telling us how you streamlined volleyball to where refs are getting paid very well, we can do it in the FKF.
Let me tell you, see TMO can work in local rugby. At a Kenya Cup, it can work. I'm not sure about your FKF, bro.
If TMO can work in rugby, why then can't VAR work?
Well, it's not even working in England, so
now imagine the problem that is serving in England when you bring it home. Hey, Joe.
It'll work. just like a certain governor.
It'll work. Lazima work.
If that is not working, then corruption needs to be dealt with, like how it has been dealt with
absolutely
in Congo. In Congo. Because the president of the Congolese Football Federation, Jean-Guy Blaise Mayolas, has been sentenced to life imprisonment after being found guilty of multiple financial crimes. The charges included money laundering, forgery, illegal conflict of interest. I didn't even know there's a legal conflict of interest, and embezzlement of funds that have been allocated to support football development in the country. Investigations revealed that the funds were part of a financial assistance package provided by FIFA during the COVID-19 pandemic. All African countries were provided by
yes.
So we need also audits in Kenya. The Global Football Governing Body has distributed the money to national federations to help sustain football activities and support development programs. This is the way to go, Hezbollah.
Unajua history imenikumbusha mbali. I remember the former FKF president Nick Mwendwa akiletwa DCA severally.
Au nilikuwa kwambia about the Kiambu Cup. Tunacheza bola hapa kwa DC.
Joe hizi jokes zako itafanya tulale ndani siku moja.
No. That time, I was joking. Where I was working previously, I made that joke because this guy was there every weekend, so I called it the Kiambu Road Cup.
But he's been sanctioned to the DCI headquarters so many times. I remember the issue the OB van.
Yes.
That FKF ilikuwa imeprocure from the former broadcaster, that is Supersport.
Yes.
And that conversation ikaenda, someone squandered the money. Don't know what happened to that OB van. I think we need to hold people accountable. People need to tell us where the money is, because FIFA sends in money every single calendar year. FIFA sends in money. Pesa inaenda wapi? To what project? Because there's money for women's project, there's money for youth development, there's money for the men's development. Correct. Of the league. Where does this money go to? Inaenda wapi?
I mean, Quiniki, what has happened with the Congolese Football Federation? If 50% of federations in Africa can do the same thing they have done, I mean, I think hata VR itakubaliwa very easily.
Hata 50 ni mingi, hata 25.
You know the problem with
50%.
I think the
25% imetosha.
I think the problem with us here is we need to take these things with seriousness. We need to demand for it. You get? In Congo, there's no way you're going to get away with it because you're affecting the livelihoods of the players. Here we do not consider that. unfortunately. Because like when you're talking about the COVID-19 package, it's a fact, it came, it was across Africa,
all African
it was received in Kenya as well by the former,
where did our money go?
The former regime.
Did you see any impact
for sure
locally?
If you ask players right now, because that was the time a lot of players were going on Facebook and talking about how they don't have money.
Remember that period?
Yes, guys were going on Facebook and openly
players
saying,
needed to be
I don't have money,
time.
and if you figure out how much these players are demanding for, it's 15k, it's 30k, it's 20k, it's not millions. And yet they weren't getting that money either. But yet someone was going and taking people for lunch for 25,000.
That was during the campaign period. I remember that very well. So you tell me, if you are seeing that in our football, do you think we can progress in our football if you're not calling for accountability? When we do that, people go on Twitter wanaanza kusema, oh, these guys are selling an agenda. What agenda?
You know me, for me, for the reason why I tell you we do not take it with the seriousness and we don't think of the players is because there's something as simple as us hosting a coach here, openly talking about match fixing, and then the fans, because the fans, as a fan, you need to rally behind your team and the players, because ultimately the players are the ones who are the sole losers at it. If you can then turn around and say that guy is bitter, now that other coaches have come out and talked about it, mumenyamaza. How are we going to get to that point?
President has come out and talked about it.
How are we going to get to that point where you can see something like this, a federation president being taken to jail for life? Because accountability, the fans want to demand. You're affecting the lives of the players. Ebu sai jaribu useme uone, utapigwa vita na how fans. So how are the players supposed to get any better? How is our football supposed to grow if we do not call for the accountability of what is going on?
And our biggest investment when it comes to sport is our sportsmen and women.
Yeah, exactly.
They need to live the life that status yapo. How much do Formula 1 drivers earn? How much do footballers earn? How much do tennis players earn?
Usiende mbali. Enda next door TZ na Uganda.
How much do footballers...
Are their players struggling the way most of ours are? Why do our players have to work 2-3 jobs for me to be able to play football? And it's not only football, it's across sports more often than not.
And us as fans, as Nicoletta amesema, sisi fans wenyewe ndio we are letting our players down. We're letting our sports down. We're not calling for accountability. We cannot be sitting here whenever the FKF president anakuja anatuambia something, we are like yes, but we know the problems where they lie. We need to call them out. The volleyball federation ikikuja tuambie ni this and this, we know the situation on the ground. Unajua sisi as fans, sisi ndo tunaenda watch games, we know where the shoe is pinching us. Talk about it, call for accountability. What waliona the Obivan ikipotea, it vanished into thin air. Obivan tulinyamaza about it.
Do you know the sense of Obiva? First of all, that van assists in...
Everyone went silent about it.
Transmitting the games live on ground.
Mutakuwa na spaces online, mutakuwa na discussions online, but are you actually calling the people out who are behind these things? Because, I mean, we talk about women's football every day, about how wanapigwa tu makofe, but who is demanding for these women to be paid?
Sisi kama fans tunafaa kwenda study tuambia hakuna vile pitch itacheza game leo. That's the basic of the things we can do, because kama United they used to do it. You remember when you guys were protesting against the
Super Cup?
Chelsea were protesting against Super Cup.
Best kwa kija yake.
Real Madrid ndio ikabidi wamejitoa, the whole thing ikaisha. Why? Because fans, you need to demand, you're the voice.
And even the players
are the voice.
And even the players who are in better conditions need to demand for this. I'll always use this.
You ni shamba la wanyama. Sorry, Nikki.
Let me give you wait.
That's a problem.
Let me give you an example. And this is something you can go and research. You can read about it. The MLB. If you look at the MLB and the Division 2, the discrepancies between Division 1 and Division 2 are atrocious. And players from the MLB got to a point where they went on strike, waka down their tools, because demanding for the players in the Division 2 to be given better pitches. A simple thing as better pitches. If I say I've not been paid as a player and two of you have been paid, you need to also be on my side. You get? Kama fulani na fulani hajasaidika sisi hatuchezi. You get? We need to have more of that unity, that accountability. It needs to be there.
But if players...
I'll give you an example. The women's team, we have a men's team. Men are being paid well, the women are not being paid well. The women are demanding, wamefungiwa manyumba. You as the men's team now take the initiative, musema tucheze kama mademu wetu wanatreatiwa hivyo.
But the players themselves are shy. They're shy to talk about it.
Hawatokezei, they're afraid. It needs to be there. It needs to be there as well.
Hello, Sporty FM. Hello, Sporty FM.
Good morning Joe.
Habari ya asubuhi.
Niko salama ndugu.
Niko fiti kabisa, labda wewe.
Uko poa? Anti niko ni aje?
Niko salama.
Esbon.
Yes.
Habari ya leo?
Salama sana, uko aje?
Niko fiti.
Right, so his story saizi tukienda through, yes?
You guys, can I ask you one thing, Joe?
Uliza bro.
Do you know why evil things wenye watu wanafanya continue inaendelea tu kufanya? Do you know why evil things will never end in this world? I want to talk about Kenya. Do you know why evil things will never end in the federation ama Port Kenya hapa hii tu vile unaitambua? Because the good people wenye wanafaa waongelee,
yes,
are the ones who are always against it. Remember, I always tell you one thing. People always talk about the system, but wanasahau fans. Me always na kila siku napiga hapa nduru nikikuambia. Mimi sometimes huwa nalaumu fans at the biggest end. Na walaumu sana.
Okay.
There was a story once there.
Yes.
I think hata nishaisikia akina Daddy P wakiongelea. The people with special abilities. There was a time walipewa pesa na the concerned FIFA, I don't know if it
okay,
the federation,
yes,
worldwide,
yes,
yeah, special people with special abilities, but
right,
pesa ikakulwa, wakakuwa suspended. Kenya ikakuwa suspended, they wako participate in any tournament, hizo Olympic wako participate until hiyo pesa serikali ndio refund hiyo pesa juu the concerned people wenye walipewa pesa in Kenya, the concerned federation,
right,
ilikulwa. Kenya ndio iliamua ilipe hiyo pesa, ndio sasa our people with special abilities waweze kuparticipate in tournaments. Unaona?
Yes.
They walikuwa suspended kabisa. And now you take this. Wewe unapiga hapa nduru, unapiga kelele, mimi naongea. Bro, huko mtaani, tuongee tu reality. Sasa unatembea mtaani. Bro, huko mtaani kuna timu zenye huwezi ongelea. Hauwezi ongea. The moment umeongea. Si mawe, si nini. Yani ile vitu inaweza pigwa. I love Shabana fan. Can I tell you why? Mimi ni mtu wa garage, unaona?
Yeah.
There's no single day nimepiga story na mtu wa Shabana. Akahama.
Right.
But there are these two clubs, the other two clubs. Bro, ukijaribu kuongea, this was happening. Hautaiona mtu kwa mla, hautaiona mtu tena tu client wako, by the way. You will never see.
Wow.
We are the ones who are against ourselves. We are the ones who are against the fans are just there. Then ikienda kumaliza, the moment for example now Hussein, the moment Hussein anaenda kumaliza time yake, that fan utaanza kuona fan,
yes,
wanataka accountability yet. He had time. Unaona, mtoto akizaliwa na kuanga mkubwa, wacha nifunze swali moja ungare naye huko mtaani. Samaki mkunja angali mbichi.
Sema tena.
Samaki mkunja angali mbichi. Vile ati zile Kiswahili zako ati mpaka mafuta kwa mgongo wa chipapa. Samaki mkunje angali mbichi. Usipomkunja angali mbichi ikishakuwa kombo ni hivyo. Haita happen. Fans are nataka utembee mtaani.
Alafu nataka kukuuliza swali moja. Na hii story ya VAR vile Guinea wame-embrace na South Africa. Are we ready as fans hapa Kenya to embrace?
Hatuko ready. Kenyans are never ready until they are ready. We are never ready.
But ili happen Chan. Na tuliona iki happen. So nataka kuniambia FKF hatuko tayari sisi in our leagues.
Wewe nataka kusema VAR tenda huko Gusi.
Muuliza swali mzuri lakini kwa Gusi ndio umegharibu.
VAR tapelekwa Idongwe.
Because the idea ni unaona the VR office yenyewe inakuwa in a central place, maybe the FKF offices, then sasa zina transmitiwa via our broadcaster wenye tunalipia saizi kutransmit your games, ndio? Then sasa kutoka hapo the infrastructure kwa kila stadium. Yes boss.
When professional, I like always the old asemanga you want to be professional.
Ni ukweli, ndio at least tuko accountable kila pahali.
Ushasikia chairman yote wa any football team wangapi ushasikia wakiongelea mambo ya VR?
Hata sijasikia hata mmoja.
Thank you. Good day.
Ona Gabu kidogo Gabu.
Yes.
Uko Kisii, si ndio? Bado uko Kisii?
Yeah, niko Kisii.
Shabana wanataka kuongezewa revenue from the broadcast partner, that is Azam. Ndaka uambia kina Joe, umepita hoteli kadhaa ukaona watu wana watch game za Shabana. Nataka ungoje kitu kama Saturday ama Sunday. I think tunacheza Saturday. Utuambie, utupatie feedback, sawa?
Unasema nini Joe?
Yes boss.
I can't lie to you. Shabana naye imetake over Kisii. Nyamira. Because mtu anatoka Nyamira huko kamera huko ndani. Ni pesa ngapi kutoka kamera hadi Kisii?
Ni mbali. It's far.
Kutoka kamera kutoka Ikobe sijui wapi hizo maji. Bana tutaongea baadaye bana. Acha nisikumane na client.
Tafuta kaunga, but I love that. He has said very well, as Kenyan fans we are not ready for VAR in the FKF. Do you share his sentiment? 0733222105 is our WhatsApp number. Also you can call us through 0748999111. And here we go. Hello Sporty FM. Hello Sporty FM. Right. Hello Sporty FM.
Yes, Sporty FM.
Nakusikia.
Ni Kibeta.
Yes Kibeta, habari ya asubuhi bana.
Salama sana.
Umepotea bana.
Ali iko sawa. Mimi chini ya maji.
Sawa. So umesikia the previous caller amepiga akasema Kenya hatuko tayari for VAR in our league, that is the FKF league. Wewe unaona the same? Do you share the same?
We are not ready.
Hatuko tayari kama mafans kukubali mambo ya VAR.
Wewe unaongelea mafans ama unaongelea infrastructure?
Mimi nasema
kuweka hapo hiyo.
Kwanza nimeongea juu ya cause yeye alisema kutoka kwa fan alafu tutaingia kwa infrastructure. Lakini wewe kama fan ungependa VAR kwa FKF league yetu?
Hiyo hata hauwezi ukafikiria mara mbili.
Okay.
Mara moja kwa sababu kuna vile vitu tumeona officiating ikiwa very poor.
Correct.
Na imecost timu mingi.
Correct. Yes.
Hiyo tunaiimpress kabisa. But sasa kwa sababu unaangalia vitu vingine unajiambia ni kama kuna watu wanakutananga before game ama namna gani.
Right.
So hiyo si kama fan, mimi kama fan. Unajua kuna mwingine anaona tofauti.
Anaona ni tofauti. Haya, uliongea story ya infrastructure. Hatuko tayari bado.
Kwani kuna viwanja ngapi hapa Kenya?
Tukisema account the major ones kama Gusii Stadium, Awendo Stadium, tukaunt hapa Nairobi, hizi stadiums mbili the major ones, tukiongeza any other stadiums Mombasa, tuongeze lakini sasa wanachezea Kwale. So tuongea about 6 stadiums. Yes.
Stadium ni gani?
Sorry?
What is stadium?
Yes, bro, wendo ulitoka shule juzi. What is stadium?
Hey, hata tukufunza.
No, but if you're saying in terms of like a proper stadium,
yes,
it's only Nyayo na Kasarani and the upcoming Talanta.
Exactly.
Bukungu ndio hiyo bado ni construction site.
The other construction site hata Gusii Stadium haifiki hiyo standard.
Wewe nawe Esbon na hii Gusii yako hii.
Unazafikiri Nyayo?
Wewe hata ukiongelea, wewe umeona chenye nani ako anafanya saa hizi Olunga?
Pale Mofa.
Yes. I think kuna watu wanalala hii Kenya. In terms hata kama kuna ama legends wale walicheza.
Yes.
Leadership ndio imekuwa kitu mbaya.
So in terms of infrastructure bado, in terms of the funds tungependa tuwe nayo. Tungependa. Thank you very much. 0733222105 is our WhatsApp number. Also you can call us through 074899